Hey everybody, and welcome back to another awesome day in the markets. Man, I had 2 days off. How about that? 2 days off. That's pretty good. 2 days off. I hope you guys are getting in there. And man, we got a little bit of volatility today, but I think we really are starting to ramp up into this bull market. Things are looking much, much better for Trump winning the election. So really, really cool. We're getting some more honesty from some of the pollsters. I think that's going to be pretty epic. We're going to look at that today. And yeah, they were trying to rig the polling and then rig the election. That's the normal play. So it's good to see things heading in the right direction. And of course, Mick Trump burgers coming to McDonald's sometime soon. Mick Trump burgers coming to McDonald's. Get in the chat there if you'd buy a Trump burger from McDonald's with some what's that family meal Mick Trump. That'd be pretty cool. I hope you like the artwork in the back. It is Lotus artwork. I'm just going to get rid of myself so you can see it quickly. That is the Lotus artwork there. In fact, I can do that probably without even. Let me just go down. Bam. Actually, no, that's not where I wanted to go. Let's remove that off and let's go. Where's the background going now? Let's go there. Background. There we go. Background. Can you still hear me talking? Probably. So that is the background. Beautiful artwork from Lotus, and really love to see some of the symmetry, as well as, of course, the tokenomics look pretty good as well. We're going to get into Lotus coming up. It's going to be launching on top of Vault, of course, the top performer there in the TitanX ecosystem. So we're going to talk about that. Now, obviously, we're going to get into crypto. We're going to get into Pulsechain. We're going to get into TitanX. That's what we got. And, of course, we're going to cover Lotus with the basics of the tokenomics, which actually look pretty aggressive. So I think that's going to do pretty well. Yeah, pretty exciting. What else are we going to? Where am I gone? Where have I gone? There I am. Hey, I'm back. So there we are. Disappeared for a minute, but I just want to appreciate that artwork there for Lotus. Let's see who else has got. We got jumping in the chat here. We've got some people. Let's have a look. Who's people? Wookie's in house. Let's pump this up, baby. Absolutely, Wookie. I'm excited about it. Hexavator in house as well. Hey, gang, good to see Hexavator crushing it out there in the good old US of A. Apparently, it's about 4 or 5 in the afternoon there. Hope you're having a good time. We got Joey in the house there. Hi all. Good to see you, Joey. Welcome. What Mega Burgers says Excavator? That'd be pretty cool. Mega Burgers. They'll probably lose some of their Democrat club goes. But yeah, Mega Burgers. McTrump and a Mega combo. How about that? What is it? You can't rig the vote without rigging the polls. That's right. That's what they do. All right. So let's get into it. Was it? Definitely the Asian girl says Excavator. Yeah. Very classy for sure. All right, let's get into the crypto markets. Bam. No, it's not the crypto markets. Bam. There we go. We've got Valiant in the house. Hey, Valiant. Valiant Loki here. Greetings. Good to see you, Valiant. Looking good. All right, so we had some good stuff here with actually mixed results really on the stock market. This is the results from Monday, opening up Monday. S&P 500 slips as Treasury yields jump. Tech earnings high. Of course, we've been in earnings season, right? So we've got the Dow Jones is down 0.8%, 344 points to 42,931. We've got the S&P 500 down 0.2%, 10 points to 5,853. And the Nasdaq is green today, almost 0.3%, 52 points to 18,541. And you guys know we've pretty much been having record-making indexes on the stock market. Been pretty good. US dollar is strengthening. It's probably been a little bit of a surprise there, up 0.5%, and that is at 103.82 versus the trading partners. Let's look at commodities. We got West Texas there is up 0.25% to $70 basically. Brent oil at $74, up slightly as well. Gold pretty much flat at 2,734. And of course, let's have a quick look at gold, because gold obviously been doing pretty well, hasn't it? So let me see if my mouse is going to behave. My mouse is moving around. I'm not even touching it. Yeah, record highs there. Look at that for gold. Silver has been having a pretty good breakout there too, $34. Target price for silver, $75 to $125. But I do think we're probably going to see a US dollar devaluation. That will accelerate that big time, right? So let's see how we go there. Nothing much else to say about that. People are generally seeing modest cuts for the next quarters. This is from Minneapolis Fed President Neil Kashkari, I guess his name is. NVIDIA earnings jumped. That's a good sign. Jumped 4%, so that was pretty good for NVIDIA. And how's Tesla doing? Tesla will be the biggest company to report this week. So we've got Tesla results coming up as well. That's pretty much some of the highlights there. All right, going to be a quiet economic data week this week, so Not expecting too much. A little bit of housing data. That's about it, and some initial jobless claims. So that's kind of the play there. All right, let's jump over to the crypto. We've got Bitcoin at the moment is down 2.5% at 67,580. Bitcoin dominance still strong, 55.72%. So that's still pretty strong. And let me just go to, it's looking good. So that's kind of where we are at the moment. Ethereum is down 3%, $2,672. Remember, yesterday we were up quite strongly, so we've had quite a volatile day, pushing back down, right? So I think we're up like 69K. Bitcoin, we've obviously been pushed down. Ethereum also was pushing higher. Solana at the moment is down 0.25%, so not too bad, 167. XRP is, let me just get rid of some of these things. XRP, let me refresh this page. Let's refresh it. Refresh. All right, XRP is down 0.6% there at 54 cents. ADA is down 1% at 36 cents. Tron is up 1% almost. Now, funny, the one with ADA is that Hodgkinson was talking about it being more valuable. What was it, than Solana or something like that? I can't remember the conversation, but that was pretty interesting. Another bold statement from him. Never really quite delivers, does it? Never quite delivers. I think that's because they get stuck in the technology and what the PhD papers and all this stuff like that, right? As opposed to where value is really made. So that's what we're focused on, right? Value. Where's the value we're actually at? BNB is almost down 1%, $600 there is sitting tight. What do we got there? Litecoin as well, down almost 5%, $70.76. And of course, you guys know we got Bitcoin Cash hiding down here. We hardly ever talk about it, but $364 Bitcoin Cash. And we got BSV sitting over here. It's a real small look-see. BSV is in here somewhere. There you can sort of see it there. It's BSV, but we don't talk about that much either. So that's pretty much it. Let's go zoom in on the volatility for Bitcoin today. We are in October. That's that green line, October. And of course, we had a pretty bad start with the pullback, zigzagging around, and we've had a really nice rally. We rallied all the way from 58,800 all the way up to 69,500. So I mean, you can't complain about that, can you? You can't complain about that. That's not bad. And what's that range? That range is $10,600 inside 11 days. That's 18%. That's pretty good. And of course, we're currently still up about 15% there, $8,600. But look at the volatility today and that red candle there. We're in a huge range. 69,500 at the top and 66,850 at the bottom there. So quite a range there. But we've still got a few days to go, at least a week to go, leading into the end of the month. So what's that, about 9 days? About 9 days to go until the end of October. So how are we doing? Because the chart says here that Bitcoin monthly returns are actually almost 7%. But we were at 28.5% last year. So we're going to have a little bit of delay. It looks like November could be really the kickstart there. Let's see if we can do better than 7% by the end of October. We've got 9 days to go for that. And then maybe November will be this big double-digit game. Maybe we'll get something like this, like 2020, where we had 43%, and 2017, where we had 53%. So hold on to your hat. Could be good times. Good times there. So we're still looking good. And of course, we've got the US election coming up, and that is coming up on the 5th here. Let me just zoom down on that. There's the US election there coming up on the 5th. So we're getting close to that too. So 9 days to the end of October and 15 days until the US election, the 5th of November there. And then just following that, we're going to have, of course, interest rate cuts, probably 25 basis points is which we were at. Will get us to 4.75% on the federal funds rate. That's cheaper money. It means more risk on. Bring it on for Christmas bull run season. Now we're going to quickly turn to the elections because we have had more positive numbers here. So we've had Fox News came in. This is just the latest one here, leading into the 14th of October. So Fox News came in at +2. Atlas came in at on the 17th of October there, came at +3 for Trump. Emerson came in for Harris there, +1. That was the 16th. Rasmussen report, which is probably the best out of all these, right? The most balanced, objective, less political, because a lot of the other ones are all corporate ones. They're all Democrat owned and controlled pretty much. Rasmussen report, Trump up 3. I think that's a far more realistic expectation there, that Trump is at least up 2 +3 at the moment. And we got tip there is Trump up 1. And finally, US today, another corporate left wing juggernaut there. Trump, Harris up 1. Yeah, good on you. Now it's got 0.9% overall for the rating, but it rates all these ones, right, including all these left wing Democrat corporate ones. So they've got heavy weightings when they're really corrupting the polls back here. I mean, they were just ridiculous results in there. So that's kind of the overall national thing. But let's have a look at the polls because we're going to have a look at Pennsylvania. Let's go from Arizona, actually. Let's go to the blue states, the blue wall. And we go to Arizona here. We've got Trump up 1.6. So things looking pretty good in Arizona. Nevada, let's go to Nevada. And, of course, these are the ones that are going to determine the election. We've got Trump up 0.8%. So Trump looking good in Nevada. Wisconsin, I should say, is Trump up 0.2. So looking good there too. Michigan, let's go to the really hardcore ones. Michigan, of course, Trump up 1.2 now. So you can sort of think things are really turning around there. And he's got the momentum behind him, right? And there we got Pennsylvania, Trump up 0.8. Looking good. All the last couple of polls, Trafalgar, Atlas, Rasmussen, all Trump. So Trump's all over the place there. North Carolina, let's go to North Carolina. Good old Blue Mountains. We got Trump still up 0.5, but the last couple of polls have been, corporate ones here have been favoring Harris, which I think is a bit of a joke, to be honest. Atlas Intel up 2, Quinnipiac up 3, Get a Life up 3. There we go. So that's kind of where we are at North Carolina. Don't see that happening. Georgia, let's see, Georgia here. We've got Trump up 1.8 there. So the only one that's saying that we could be debatable is North Carolina. If you're in the United States, let me know what you think. If you're in North Carolina, let us know whether you think that North Carolina poll, those two polls recently coming out, the 17th and the 14th, they were, and they're not registered voters, are they? So let us know what you think about that, the Atlas and Quinnipiac with Harris up in North Carolina, because I just don't see it myself. I think Trump pretty much going to be a sweep of all these most important electorate areas there for battleground states in the blue wall. Yeah, let's see where we go there. And of course, get your Trump burger. Let's see what people are saying in the chat there. Valiant says greetings. Let's go. Silver says Wookie. Yeah, Silver for the win there. Looking for some mad gains. Russell is teasing us, says Valiant. Yeah, the small stocks there, right? The small stocks looking good. What out there? In North Carolina. Yes, it's here. Maha LFJ. You're trying to say mega LFG, says Brian, or Maha? What's Maha? Maha, is that what is that Maha? Anyway, let us know. Yeah, Valiant, let us know if you think that that's kind of realistic there for that those calls. All right, so let's jump out there. That's what we got in the US election. So it's coming up in 15 days. Obviously, there's mail-in ballots and all sorts of stuff like that. Interest rate pivots is the 7th, so it's in the 2 days afterwards. Probably get 25 basis points, like I say. And of course, if we can get a Trump victory, it's great for world freedom and world peace. It's going to be great for the US economy and the global economy. It's going to be great for security, safety, and prosperity in the world. The West will be somewhat protected to some degree, and of course, it will defer the globalist plans and the progressive left and all the Islamists that are excited about taking over the country. So it's all pretty cool. And hopefully, he's going to deal with the deep state. Hopefully, he's going to deal with the globalists. And if he can do a proper job with that, he does have the dream team at the moment. But there are still quite a few moderates in that dream team. So we'll see how far they go. But it's going to be a lot better than if we get Kamala Harris, the communism and globalism and all that sort of stuff, the tearing down of the West, the greatest society of all time. That can't be good. And of course, importantly for us, crypto, pumping crypto, pro-crypto president that's actually going to do it rather than placate the investors, voters, and then betray us afterwards. Obviously, we want someone that's going to get rid of Gary Gensler, change out the SEC and clarify regulations, and maybe that could be bullish for Pulsechain as well. That's kind of where we are there. So things are looking pretty bright, as you can see. That Christmas rally looking very, very nice indeed. Bring on 90 to 100K for the Christmas rally, and then maybe into the new year, in March, April, we can go sort of head to that 150, 180 mark. That would be kind of the dream run, wouldn't it? All right, Ethereum at the moment is obviously pulled back as well. It has doing not too bad in October. Let's have a quick look at the ruler here. We've been up, let's have a look here, about 19%. So about $442, so about 90%. And we're currently up about $346 in the last 11 days, about 15% there. So still doing pretty well, but quite a big pullback today in the markets. Now, obviously, we've come into the week, so we've got weekly results. And this is, we had a pretty good weekend, didn't we, there as compared to usual. So that is currently Ethereum. Let's jump over to the meme coins. Have a look at where they're at. This sort of gives us a health, or a health check on the altcoin season, which we're looking forward to. Market cap for a Dogecoin, very, very impressive. Look at this, $21.1 billion. So that's been doing very well. 23% for Dogecoin this week, and of course, it's good old Elon Musk talking about Doge. Of course, the Department of Department of Government Efficiency spells Dodge as well. So Trump there pumping that. Elon Musk pumping that with his little political speeches, get people registered and things like that. Give away $1 million, was it, a day? $1 million a day, something like that. So we got SHIB there at the moment is obviously down. Everything else is sort of down a little bit there. So we got down on Dog with Hat, PP, etc. We've got a little bit of green light there on Bonk. Cats in the dog wheel up 9% for the week, 7.4% today. Not too bad there. Everything else is pretty much down, double digits. So there's only a very few selective moves there. Giga has moved into the top pack here, up 23%, 537 million. And our favorite one here, Dog, is currently sitting around about 0.5 cent. And of course, and then it's at 509 million. So it's just taking a bit of a breather there, waiting for the tier 1 exchange. That's the big move that we're looking for on Dog. So it is a good entry to get back in on the old Dog at the moment, because once that tier 1 exchange is coming, that thing is going to go moon, dog to the moon, literally. All right, so let's have a quick look at overall on crypto. We've got 2.34 trillion in the market cap, down 2% today. And the market volume 24 hours is 87 billion, which is up 51% there. So that is the kind of results that's going on there. Let's jump away. We're going to get into Pulsechain next. Pulsechain updates. What else? So we've got some more comments here. Valiant says purple state, but Trump took the state last time. He will do it again. I think so too. What else there? Brian's in house there. Make America healthy again. Okay. Yeah, a lot of people are looking forward to that part of it, isn't it? Yeah. I personally wouldn't want him as president, but I think that definitely on some issues like health, he's going to be absolutely fantastic. Yeah. Hopefully he's going to do some hold those the lockdown people to justice. We need some justice there and around the world. Anyway, so people are ignoring the all death rate, right? The all death rate's through the roof around the West and around the world. They're trying to cover it up, right? So they can all get away free and laugh at us about it. We got away with it, and we passed radical laws while we did it. That's the one thing you'll see. If you see in the countries that did lockdowns, they also passed radical laws to basically impose their worldview on us, right? Which is not cool, not cool at all. They took away our rights and tried to impose a progressive worldview. Not cool at all. All right, let us jump on to Pulsechain, Pulsechain. Let's go Pulsechain, a magic carpet ride. Let's go and let's say no more goes now. Let's just do it. Day 528. We've got Pulse at the moment. Quadruple 0478 down 5.5% at 48% of the mean sacrifice price. Pulse X at the moment. Quadruple 0269 down 7.8%. So that's the bigger loser there. Still at 27% of mean sacrifice price. A long way to go to get back up to glory there. The buy and burn continues on 1,039 billion, almost 40 billion. 5.17%, 5.17% of public supply has been bought up and burned through PulseX. Remember, it will rally once we get this, the bull market on. Dexes tend to do very well, so that's looking forward to that. Incentive tokens, $2.14, down 5.6%. The ratio 44,800 pulse per incentive token. Let's see if this is updated. No, it hasn't been updated for some time. Sometimes it gets stuck for some reason. It doesn't update the volume. We've got Hex at the moment is at 1.2 cents, down 13.4 cents. So a big pullback there after the big rally, and but it's still holding up pretty well. So it's getting ready for that next move, I guess. Maybe we might get a move for the court case coming up on the 31st, which is what we'd say 9 days away. We'll see what happens there. We might even get a bit of a green candle or maybe a bit of a God mode candle on Hex on the 31st. That'll be pretty interesting. So yeah, looking forward to that. Let's jump over to the gas prices quickly, see how everything's operating. 117,000 beats, so super cheap to do something on Pulsex at the moment, only 0.2 penny. It's 5 Gwei on Ethereum at the moment, which is pretty low on Ethereum, 2,388 times cheaper than Ethereum. Looking at the validators, now obviously Pulsechain is a full system state copy of Ethereum based on the 10th of May last year, and also is full DeFi, right? We have validators around the world. In fact, 48,697 validators around the world verifying the chain. And we've got the bridge Our health check, it was definitely down the bridge, 108.8 million. And of course, with Ethereum there and Bitcoin making an indent, and also EHEX got to be there too. DAI actually looks not too bad. The actual DAI stablecoins, USDC down a little bit there, but other than that, those are the main drivers there. So 108.8 million. That's where we are for a day 528. But we're gonna have a look at the rest of the coins on the old charts there. So let's have a quick look at Hex, since it's the one that's kind of been leading the pack there. And we can see that at the moment, this is the daily. We can see the 50-day is the yellow line and the orange line is the 200-day. We've actually got a bullish golden cross here, so it's pretty positive. We do have a possible pending short-term bearish cross here, but we'll see whether we can avoid that. If we can sort of bounce off 1.2 cents, that would be a pretty good move. So it's kind of where I'm feeling about that. 1.2 would be pretty nice. Let's have a look through here. Got a bit of horizontal support between 1.1 and 1.2. It's kind of where we are. And of course, the RSI cooling off at nicely at 44.45. We had that super hyper rally, right? We got all the way up to 87 on the RSI for the daily. Looking at the 4 hourly, let's see if that gives us any clues. Yeah, we're probably getting pretty close to bouncing here. Maybe we'll go down a bit further there and bounce at 1.1, but we're certainly holding at 1.2 at the moment. So that 1.1 to 1.2 range looks pretty good for the Hex for the next move, right? That's not bad. What else we can say? Let's have a look at the weekly. Weekly there at the moment. We've got RSI down at 56 there, so just nice cool off. We did get up to just over 70 there, overbought. So that's where we are at the moment. Nice 9 days ahead. Probably going to have a nice little bounce there for soon, I should expect, of 1.1, and then off to the races again. Let's see. And then, of course, the other thing, of course, the US election, right, could be very, 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 very exciting for that. And obviously, we've got the 31st of court case for Richard Hart and the SEC there. All right, that is kind of the news there. Let's get out of here and go have a look at the stable coins. Nothing really moving too much there. Where's PDI? PDI at 2700th of a penny, down 11%. Let's look at the influencer coins. Nothing really happening there. And let's look at the old Mafia. We got nothing too much happening there as well. All I'll say is that Mafia on Pulse is down 5%, and so it's a nice little cheaper to get Mafia there. And BNB is down 5.9%. So always good times to accumulate some Mafia before the game launches. Now, we're expecting some updates regarding the deposit and withdrawals for the exchange for the Mafia game. That's within the next 2 weeks. So it's definitely going to probably take a little bit longer to get the game up and running. But what are we in now? We're in October, so maybe that gets us to the end of the first week of November. So still possible to get the map out, certainly not long after that. So maybe we're, instead of a November game start, we're looking at a late November or December game start from the looks of it. Probably where we might end up landing. But they do have to launch us there. They do have to launch. They can't take forever. So anyway, that's it. Now I have set up a Mafia show for tomorrow. So if you're in the directorate families, the Yakuza, the Hustlers, the Illuminati, then or the Syndicate, then we're going to be doing a show tomorrow, and we might have a special guest on there too. So look forward to that. You know who you are. You know who you are. All right. So there we go. That's that. Let's jump into the overall Pulsechain numbers just before we get on to TitanX. So let's go for gold. We got 19.6 million in volume for weekday. We'd like to stay over 25, but that's not too bad given the sentiment in the market at the moment. 273,000 transactions on the old Pulsechain. Some of the standing movers here: Charm token up 177%. Finvesta is up 28% there. Free Palestine, which is up 28%. That is definitely the IDF has helped them do that. So they caught Sinwar the other day, didn't they? Him and his two mates, and they got sent to where they needed to go. We got Pipu there up 12%. We got 9MM. The big Dex is up 9% there. Kumanmon up 8%. So we've got a little bit of movers there in the list at the moment on the old Pulsechain. That's pretty much it for that. Let us jump in, and we're going to get the TitanX. Should we do that? Should we do that? Any more comments? No more comments. So we're going to go straight into it. Cool market updates. Super fast updates. All right, let's go and have a look at how TitanX is faring. We just had some profit taking from the last time I checked. I'm just going to have to set up the markets here, make sure I got it in the right order. We did have some little sell-off just before the live stream, can you believe it? And we were talking about it in the Discord, and then suddenly it happened. How about that? So let's go. Oh, that's not me. That's too big. Let's get down. Let's go smaller. Let's share the screen. Now I'm full HD now, right? Full HD, so you gotta be careful. Bam. All right, so we can see the best performer. Now, all the market's down on the 24 hours, but the best performer is Element 280. Now, if you haven't got one of those NFTs, it might be something you want to look at because it's going to make, it's going to be a bit like Watts NFTs on Pulsechain, but, last man standing, but, or woman, last woman standing. And basically, you're going to keep earning, tokens, particularly Element 280. And so eventually, once it finishes the 28-day countdown, that's all the NFT is going to be there, and it's going to keep earning, particularly from bot activity and the taxes that are on there. So scooping up the Element 280 token now could be a nice little strategy. Now, is it the best strategy? Well, you got to decide. There are obviously other opportunities in TitanX that you can get, so you need to think about that. Now, if you haven't gotten the strategy club, we talk about stuff like that, so you can hop in. The link is in the video description. Do encourage you to consider that. It's only $35 a month, and we look for multi-chain opportunities, obviously covering TitanX in depth, and we chat about TitanX strategies all day. So get in there, and we got constant intel flow as well in the strategy club. So big shout out to all the members there. We got obviously Janus on Pulsechain down 5%, JKX, the main coin, down 7.8%, Helios, which is probably not, it's performed well over time, but probably recently not as well as people might have expected recently, but definitely got a chance of doing that. That's down 14%. Hydra there looks to snuck back up to 4th position. That's down 10%. Hydra Dragon, so not too bad there. And people enjoying the farms, right? But we are coming in to some inflation for Hydra over the next week or so through contract day 39 to 47, I think. So just remember that. What else we got going? DragonX is down 15% at the moment. Obviously, we got the 369 payout coming for DragonX, so we're excited about that coming up. And we've got, that's 8 days, just over 8 days away. Blaze at the moment down 16%. TitanX is the medium exchange, is the main one. We're going to check that out in a minute, but that had a bit of a sell-off by some accounts. We'll look at that. That's down 16%. Remember, if it's the medium exchange, it's like Pulsechain. It pulls down all the prices, right? And of course, if ETH goes down too, that gets pulled down as well. So just remember that. Hyper, of course, is the leverage play on TitanX. That's where you can do some miners. That's down 16%. LegendX, another good project there with scarcity, down 16%. Baby DragonX is down 70%. Now we're expecting some sort of scales protocol from DragonX, but I think that's shifted into November now. But there will be a snapshot, I think, up to the 24th, is it? Maybe a day or two for if you've got Baby DragonX or DragonX, you get part of the snapshot, and that will help you with boosting, I think, for the scales project as opposed to an airdrop. So I think that's how they're playing that. Inferno, another store of value like DragonX, is down 17%. Its own sub-ecosystem inside TitanX or on TitanX. AWX, awesome X there, down 70%. Vault, of course, the third of the store values got DragonX, Inferno, and Vault. Vault obviously is the roadmap. It's just absolutely delicious. It does look fantastic. Steve is absolutely crushing that. And of course, it's been trending in the top, 10, if not number 1 on Ethereum. And that's only going to get better. The vision for that is amazing with the Vault Vision. It's got Lotus coming up on the 26th. It's then got the Vault Vision 8 pillars. And then, of course, it's got the Vault Wheel at the end of November. That thing is going to do some special stuff, I'm sure. What else we got going there? We got Pulsar down 90%. A bit of a rough start there with the audits and things like that. But, doing some streaming to, fix up the branding there, fix up the reputation. Ouroboros is open at the moment for the ORX to get in on that stablecoin. Obviously, they're public test netting that, and we're looking forward to that launching soon. We're probably going to cover more about that, and maybe not today or tomorrow, but maybe the next day on that one. And Tink Farms is down 21%, but $2.13. But man, the farms are really performing well, aren't they? And they hit $40 million. So we're going to check that out too. Flux also has had a rebound. Flux has had a bit of a decent jump, I would say, in the amount of TitanX going in there. So that's doing well also. And not to mention that Vault's auctions have been about $500 billion all the time as well. So Vault, Flux doing pretty well with the TitanX attraction there. So let's have a quick look at the TitanX supply. So let's go to TitanX Hub here. We can see that total ecosystem market cap is at 286 million. That's with the sell-off we just had like an hour ago. So that's pretty important. Volume about 8.5 million. Now, TitanX users are going up all the time, so that's positive. It says 0 there, but they've been going up pretty positive there. And let's jump over to the actual supply now. And we're going to go to stats. How much we got? We got 45.6 trillion. 45.6 trillion supply. It is 21.82% of all the TitanX out there. and the BOT protocols. These are all the protocols built on top of TitanX, sitting at 23.3% at the moment. Now, if we got 45.6 trillion, we've only got a few trillion left. What is it? Maybe 5 trillion, something like that left to come out. And so let's have a scroll down here and have a look at what's been coming out recently. You can see on this chart all the numbers coming out there. We had what 319, 278 coming out actually in miners. But let's have a look at the future minters. So these are the few last claims that are going to be here. We've got the last sort of big candle. Well, these are moderate candles now, right? But 457 billion. That is finishing in about how long? In about 30 minutes. That purple candle will go off, and then guess what? Low inflation, man. To the day that's about to start, day 361, only 110 billion coming out. Then we only have 126 billion the next day, 206. Then we've got the yellow candle, 300, and then we've got 131 billion on 365, and then 196 after that. So you can see we're about to go into a very low additional inflation for TitanX, and then we're going to go into the last of what I call them very moderate size candles, between 353, the last of the 400s, or second to last of the 400s. We've got a few little there. We dropped down, we're up and down. The last of the 400 billion candles is on the 8th of November there. But by the time we get to the 30th, which is this candle here, that's when we got the 369 payout, right? So we've got very low additional inflation leading up to 369. So today's probably the last of the shakeouts, right? Last of the shakeouts, and then very low inflation, and then we have the 369. So we could see a very nice price rally in the TitanX chart this week, looking positive for that, So yeah, really exciting. And maybe some of the people that some of the bigger accounts selling out today will have regretted their sales by that time. We shall see. Maybe they'll buy back and higher, right? And then we have really just that last little period between, I would say, the 31st of the October all the way through to the 8th of November. We have a couple of little candles in there. We have quite a few low candles as well. And then it's just downhill from there, right? It's just downhill. It's just game over for the future inflation, which is pretty exciting. Now, looking at the miners, we see that the miner yield is negative 15% with the sell-off. We actually got close to like 2-3% negative. So it was almost a positive miner again on TitanX. So that was pretty hilarious on that. Now, some people have kind of been front-running the idea of making miners, even though it's kind of at a loss, because they just wanted to brag about it. It's been pretty funny on Telegram. It's crypto after all. So that's kind of the play there. Now, the buy and burn also has been pretty interesting to V2. We know it's going to run out pretty much by the time we get to day 369, which is on the 30th of October. And we got 351,000 left in there, 131 ETH. So V2 is just about gone. But don't worry, folks. We've got V1 and we've got Hydro out there, and plus other stuff coming. So we've still got $12 million sitting in V1 there. And hey, look, we may not even access that. We may not even access that, or very little of it. We shall see. And of course, we've got the payouts, right? The payout is coming on day 369. That's going to flush a whole ton of money into the TitanX ecosystem. 2,500 ETH coming out there to stakers. About 47% of that's going to go to DragonX and the Helios payouts. And we know that they're going to be staking more, buying TitanX and staking. So they're going to push up TitanX and stake that. And of course, that's bullish. And of course, we also know that that DragonX is going to get burned off too, right? So pretty excited about that. All right, so that is the play there on the old TitanX and inflation. Let's jump over to the Titan Hub. Now, the other thing, if you thought that inflation is a really bullish thing, we were moving into hyperdeflation. We're not quite there yet. I think it's going to take a little bit longer, given what we've seen the last couple of days, inflation, but we're getting very close to it. We're getting very close to hyperdeflation. And let's have a look down the upcoming projects. So not only do we have the inflation here, but we have all these projects coming. And of course, one of the big ones is going to be USDX. That's part of the third big DeFi, right? The Ouroboros. That's going to supply sync a lot of tokens. It takes multiple tokens as collateral. And of course, that's going to be very bullish. And yeah, we're looking for some good stuff happening with TitanX and all those protocols. So that's going to be another big supply sync, which means there's less on the market. That in itself doesn't mean a price pump, but it certainly helps support it. So we're looking forward to that. And of course, the US dollars can be moved around a bit. It'll be interesting to see how much of the USDX is actually used to pump prices there. Is it going to be better than a liquidity fork? We shall see. NFTs there. So we've got lots of projects obviously in the mix. We're getting projects that are coming up to launch on Hydra and Hyper. That's really bullish. Obviously, we've got all the different pillars as well for Lotus, and every project getting a bit of love there with the pillars, right? Everything you need those project tokens to participate. So very, very exciting. So everything is hitting. This thing is just exploding in the ecosystem, and you can see that. And there's many more other projects coming. Let's jump over to the actual roadmap. So as you can see, we had this nice little pullback here. We did have one the other day on the 16th. We've just had another one now. And yeah, we were up to 50s, 1600 and 1600 there, just over that. Now we're down to 50s, 1362. So quite a bit of pullback there in the charts. But we've got Lotus coming up on the 26th. We'll probably have the 369 payout on the 30th, and then which is here. So Lotus is coming up. That's going to be bullish from Vault and a little bit of Dragon, right? Dragon's getting a bit of love from Lotus, about 4%, and then with Scales coming up probably in the first week is my guess for November, with the snapshot ending on the 24th, I believe. What else? We got obviously all the pillars coming for Vault in November. Excited about that, and potentially, if I'm right, the X28 could be as early as the 8th of November. So let's see where that goes. If it doesn't, it's going to be pushed back to the end of November, beginning of January. So we'll see. That's the earliest date based on some of the blues clues that Jake Sharp was giving us. Now, obviously, we've got a whole ton of other projects here. There's many more that are not even on this list in the red box. That's potentially coming up as well. But I am super psyched. I am super psyched for this new technology, Nexus technology in the Vault of the Viper. Viper's going to be launching on DragonX. And then the 7 pillars, right? 7 other pillars. There's 8 pillars, of course. Is a Turbo on Hyper, Bull on Inferno, Exaria on Lotus. So if it wasn't good enough to have Lotus launching coming up in a few days on the 26th, we're going to have Zara there, Exaria on Lotus as well. So Hyper pump there. It's going to have the Nexus technology as well as the Vault technology. So things are really going to ramp up there. Vault Gold on Element 280. And of course, that will be finished by the time Element 280 will be finished in terms of minting out. So that's going to be really bullish for Element 280. Awesome V is going to be on Awesome X. So Awesome X is going to get some love there. And the Beast on Hydra. Like I said, Turbo on Hyper. So those miners are looking good. There's a place to supply to go. And also the buy and burn goes up with the TitanX, right? And also the Beast there on Hydra. So they're going to get some love as well. So Hyper is going to get a lot of love. A Beast is started. Hydra is starting to get some love. And then, of course, we're going to have a pillar for Tink as well. Pretty exciting. Then just to finish all off, we're going to have the Vault Wheel at the end. That's going to require TitanX, right? So these pillars require the native token, like Hyper required for Turbo, but this is going to require TitanX. So you can have Vault requires TitanX, and then you're going to have at the end of the runway, you're going to have the Vault Wheel requires TitanX. So this thing is about to make these pillars go crazy and make Vault go crazy. It's going to be absolutely a ballistic November. If you thought the Vault's looking good, it's going to look really stellar. Now, obviously, I'm expecting Hyper to get a lot of love, though, coming up. We don't have the exact launch dates yet, but we've got Phoenix coming up on Hyper, Drogon on Hyper. We've got Matrix coming up on Hydra, and, of course, Matrix from Mike Dean, the big dashboard guy. And then we've obviously got Draco coming on Hydra there, and obviously we've got the pillars as well, Turbo for Hyper and Beast for Hydra. So Hydra got at least 2 projects there, and we're expecting more there as well. So that's going to eat up some of the supply that's coming out. I'm not sure if it's going to make it for the near-term supply, but certainly for the big 4 trillion supply coming out in about 5-6 weeks time. So that's kind of the play there. We obviously got good stuff there. Godex going to come on Inferno. Inferno maybe. They'll probably change the name. What else there? Listamos there. There's going to be Deflation NFT, Titan Game, Shadow Protocol. Question mark over these. And of course, we've got Warp coming. Warp having a bit of controversy. It looks like they've made up with Stevie there, so that's might do better. And then we've got Drellius coming on Helios. It's going to get some love. Morpheus is going to be on DragonX. That's coming up as well. That's from the Rags to Riches team. We're going to have Felix on TitanX there. Flare potentially coming up as well. XLRS and Shogun there from Jake Sharp, the man himself, after X28, right? Which will be hyperdeflationary based on all the other hyperdeflationary tokens. So, yeah. It's going to be a lot of fun. There's lots of stuff coming, and the roadmap's looking very exciting indeed. So that's kind of the play there. Let me see what else. We've got some other comments here. Clinton's on house there. Good morning, second. Good to see you, Clinton. Hope you're doing well. And Property View, nice is Property View. Thank you for that. All right, so what else are we going to look at here? Let's have a look at a few other things. We've got some critical ratios here. Hydra at the moment is looking at 0.46 at the moment. The Hydra DragonX ratio. Obviously, there's expecting the next week or so to have quite a bit more Hydra coming out. So it's going to be interesting to see how that goes. What else we got here? Element 280, obviously commit the NFTs while you can. They're going to be getting, becoming rarer. Let's see what else we got here. DragonX, of course, excited about that. DragonX with the 369 payout coming. What is this baby going to do? Right? What's this baby going to do? It's going to be fun to see it. And of course, we've got the Hydra buy and burns coming in, right, all the time. We've got 800 million here coming in, TitanX, and it seems to be buying and burning about 86 million, almost 87 million DragonX every time. So that is ticking away very, very nicely there. What else? Let's see here. We've got obviously Vault's been doing pretty well. Zoom in on that. And we're looking forward to the Vault Vision. Now, you can see in the chart here, we had a bit of a consolidation here. And we sort of timed this at the top. We got this almost 7.9 cents on Vault. Had a bit of a consolidation here, back down to 6 cents. So pretty decent consolidation happening at the moment. We also saw that back here, right? And it's healthy to have these little corrections so that you can move higher, right? But we are very bullish about Vault moving into November and December. So very excited about that. So yeah, 6.5 cents almost at the moment. Next price target. Well, you have to join our Discord into our strategy club to find out that. But we've got a price target for that, and it's pretty exciting. So and realistic, exciting, realistic, and based on some cool numbers. All right, so that is kind of the play there. Down 70% for today. What else we're going to say about this? Let's have a look at some of these. We had a bit of drama. It's funny. We had about a week ago, people was like happy about no drama, but we had a bit of drama around Pulsar and a little bit of drama around the audits and a little bit of drama around what was the other one? Warp, the new project coming from the LP guys. So fortunately, that's been dealt with, and the community's moving on there. And we've had some nice increases in Flux and in the Vault with the amount of TitanX going in there. So both of them are doing very, very well, which is exciting to see, right? With the amount, like I say, Vault's taking about $500 billion, and Flux there, pretty close to 60 trillion there, 60 billion, sorry, in the last auction there. So not bad. I think that's it. Did I cover everything? Yeah, let's have a look at Tink Farms, Tink Farms, the final one I'm going to look at. Tink Farms are doing pretty well. Look at this price of Tink. Not bad, I mean, we were pretty much got up to $2.75. Farms doing pretty well. Now, obviously, what day are we on? We're on the farms. We're on day 14. So we just started day 14. It's just started now. So we just finished day 13. And so looking pretty good. Now, you guys know, as I said this early on, by the time we get to day 10, right? So day 10, we've got every day inflation is like 10% on day 11, and it just goes smaller and smaller. And by the time we get to day 101, it's only 1% of new inflation, right? So it's going to play on that one. And we're expecting about 31.5 million Tink per year. It has got a fixed emission, but of course, as the volumes grow with the prices in new LP pools, and of course, second layer protocols on Tink, then this chart will do some pretty special stuff, I think. And we've already seen that play out already since day 10, which is pretty good. The farms itself, let's have a look at that. Bam, let's go. Oh, that's the wrong one. Let's go farms and have a look at the Tink farms, see how they're going. 43 minutes on the hour. We're doing pretty good. Look at this. $35.5 million in liquidity. This was over $40 million earlier. Obviously, with the pullback that just happened prior to the live stream, it's gone down. But man, heading in the right direction. 82.6% of total LP there support is managed by the Titan Farms. That's a pretty outstanding result. We have hit the 1 million Tink milestone in circulation, so that's pretty cool. We've got 897,000 in circulation of that 1 million there. And we're almost at 90,000 Tink have been burned up, almost $189,000. Tink price looking very good at the moment, $2.13, which is equivalent to just under 1.6 million TitanX there per Tink. What else we got there? The yields, DragonX Hydra is still performing the best, 514%. We got Tink TitanX looking pretty good as well. At 659% and Hyper TitanX at 368. Now, why we say those second layer protocols are so important, because they will help eat out some of the supply from Hydra and Hyper, right? So that's why we looked at that on the roadmap. Looking pretty exciting there. Very cool. Vault obviously doing well. You can see the yields down to 99% there. And we got 333% on Oryx there. So Oryx there from Arabara is doing pretty well. Also some nice farms here. Now each farm's got slightly different, supply and demand things going on. So you've got to sort of get yourself up to date on that. Now, looking at the burn, we've had DragonX burned, 3.3 billion DragonX being burned, 2.6 billion Hydra, and 3.5 billion Hyper there been burnt so far. Looking pretty good. So what's that all up? 70, 80, over 80, almost $85,000 in those 3 tokens have been bought and burned. Meanwhile, looking at Tink is burning, of course. We've been buying Tink with TitanX. That's got $92,300 in there now, so it's really, really good. And the Wrapped ETH also buying and burning Tink. Not much ETH in there at the moment, but you're definitely looking pretty good there. Obviously, as you scale the Titan Farms volume, you're going to be able to scale the fees, and that will help lift the intrinsic value of Titan of Tink token. Sorry, and then once you get second layer protocols on Tink as well, imagine that. So we could get Hydra, and hyper protocols using that, and then we could get also using Tink as well. So you can see these values can run away very, very quickly on that basis. So looking really good. So big shout out to Eric there, who's running Titan Farms and DragonX, and obviously underpinned by Jake Sharp's TitanX token, which is about to go hyperinflationary. That price holding up pretty well there on the list. All right, what else? I think that's it. Pretty much it for the day. If you want to find out more, get into our strategy club. The link's in the description. Only $35, multi-chain, but really good value, and get in and have discussions. Constant intel flying in there as well. We got DJ Hexkin says late, but caught the live Superman Trump 2024, which makes me remember that I'm going to talk about Lotus. We're 46 minutes on the hour, so we're going to talk about Lotus here. Trump 2024, indeed. May he certainly win and protect our freedom, and help us be awesome. Let's jump over here. We're going to get into Lotus. All right, let's find a Lotus. So Lotus is coming up. We're going to scroll down here. We're going to look for Lotus on the list. It's at number 6 at the moment. I do expect a countdown to come up. It'll probably be at the top here when it does show up, and that's going to be pretty close. Let's go to the link there. So we're going to go to the docs on Lotus and have a look at the tokenomics very quickly. So we're going to do a super fast, super deflationary coverage of this. So we've got the Hyper Catalyst, so it's pretty awesome. So we've got all these cool things. You can read all that. I'm going to jump through it so we can go faster. We've got virtual mining. So first thing, virtual mining. This is going to be really aggressive. So it's going to have, you can do single miners, batch miners, and of course you're going to have a longer mining bonus. So obviously the longer you mine, the better you will do in terms of the Lotus token. You can see and you're also going to get L rank. Well, basically, referral bonus from looks at all L rank bonuses here. I think that's what they call them. So basically the longer you stake, the better. Protocol incentivizes longer minting periods by offering a bonus in Lotus. So it's not a referral really, just a bonus. And the bonus section scales at the length of mining. So if you do mining for 1 to 30 days, you can get 3%. If you do 121 days, 180, you're going to get 18%. So a big deal to go long on that one, which is pretty cool. I think that was kind of it. Let's jump over to the virtual mining. And you can see pretty much that the tokens per miner max. So the amount of tokens you get is going to go down dramatically. Starts off well above 140,000, and it's going to go down dramatically. The amount of cost per max miner also is going to go up very fast. So the cost goes up fast. The amount that you get goes down slow. So basically, you got to be in early, right? That's basically that. Daily increase in cost per max miner over 180 days goes up very fast. This is very aggressive. We're not talking about 300 days. We're talking about 75 days when these almost probably 80 days by the time this crosses. Got to get in early basically. So it's getting pretty interesting to see how that plays out. The mining Lotus distribution, 4% is going to DragonX. So all the DragonX that goes, TitanX that goes in there, DragonX is going to get 4% to the vaults. And remember, the vault goes to stake that TitanX and increase its share of the shares. 4% is used for vaults liquidity bonding, so that's going to be cool. 8% is going to be used for Lotus liquidity bonding. So Vault's going to get another liquidity boost there. And there's going to be 8% for the Lotus as well. So it's buy pressure there on Vault. 48% buy pressure goes to Lotus buy and burn. 8% uses TitanX to buy Vault, so more buy pressure there as well. And send to the Treasury Vault, so more perpetual auction Vault in there. So that's a boost to that as well. Sitting somewhere between 40 and 50 million at the moment. I think it is. So that is a good number. and 40% buys and burns Lotus here. So that's going to be pretty bullish, especially through the Vault here. 28% TitanX is going to go through reward pools and the Lotus Bloom. Lotus Bloom is kind of innovative, so that's kind of cool. And then 8% is going to go to the Genesis No Expectations. Let's go to staking. Obviously, you can stake on here. I think people are going to like this. It's going to be pretty attractive. Of course, you get paid in TitanX, right? So if you're bullish about TitanX, it's a good one to be in. Now, the minimum staking term is 40 days. Maximum is 1,480 days. And, of course, the bonus range there, if you get in early, 5% minimum to 30% maximum on staking there. There's a bonus. You can see that. Now, you can pretty much get involved. During mining, payment is made in TitanX. TitanX is allocated 3 play-out pools, as well as a bi-weekly jackpot lottery to a random single staker who qualifies via decentralized smart contracts. So pretty cool there. And you can see the multiplier chart there, linking multiply there. So the multiplier as a percentage goes up there the longer that you are in it. So there we go. But just remember, you got to decide what strategy you want to be. You got to. I wouldn't certainly lock yourself in with all tokens, but on this one, that's staking rewards should be pretty good. 28% TitanX is divided in 3 reward pools. There's an 8-day payout. It's going to have 35% of the staking rewards, 48-day payout, 35%, and the 88-day payout, 25%. So not too long, are they, to wait for those rewards in TitanX too. So very cool. There's going to be a Lotus Bloom reward, 5% of TitanX staking reward paid bi-weekly to a randomly qualified participant. So that's going to be exciting. People will like that. Could make a bit of a windfall and be the lucky winner from that. But to qualify for the Lotus Bloom reward, a user must have a minimum of 150,000 Lotus token stakes. So just remember that. So there's a cost entry. Pretty cool. So longer stakes periods, more rewards, and L rank. So you win twice there. So you've got to get in nice and early for that. That is the play on that one. And the buy and burn is going to operate as well to help push the price up. 40% of the TitanX goes to the Lotus token and 78% to the Vault protocol as well. Yeah, pretty cool. Now, I'm not sure why there's an allocation particularly to Dragon. It's not really necessary, but I think it's just the founder really loves Dragon and wants to allocate there. We have seen that with other teams as well. But yeah, they could have probably gone straight into the Vault part of it. 4% of the total TitanX is used each day from Sunday to Wednesday. So we've got a bit of this kind of blaze approach. 4% per day, 10% is used on Thursday, 15% on Friday, and 15% on Saturday. So we may see some similar, ratcheting up a price there with that buy and burn. Our people, it's going to be in V3. So nice to see. This is kind of a core tenant, or it used to be core tenant of TitanX. Of course, we've seen projects come out with V2 pools as long as they're holding the tenants of TitanX with other parts of it. But they're going to start from a very small pool, $5,000. Price is going to be 0.3 of a penny. You can see here, and that means the bots won't get too much, right? So that's good. I'd like to see that. And yeah, it will be V3 pool. It's going to be full range. They're going to have full range liquidity there. What else we can say? I think that's pretty much it. And they're going to have audits and contracts here, so you can check all that out. That's the audits and contracts. And there is a flow chart too for those that like flow charts, but it's not here yet, so we have to wait for that. So this is going to be launching on the 26th. So what's that, about 4.5 days away? That is where Lotus is coming from at the moment. So kind of cool. Let me post that in chat. If you want to check it out in more detail, I'll post that in the chat there. Lotus, that is the next big one coming up. Bullish with Vault too, as we say, before even we get to the pillars and the Vault wheel. So that's going to be pretty neat, right? It's going to be pretty neat. And the artwork's crusher, right? The artwork is absolute killer. So some good stuff there. You can see Lotus there pushing it out there. Cool little videos there as well. 26th of October coming near you. I love these very, very cool videos. So nice. So that is pretty much it from the Vault team. You can check out all the X profile and see what they're up to. We're pretty much the way to go. All right, I think that's it for the show. 54 minutes in the live stream. How does that go? Not too bad. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Now, I won't be streaming a regulated day tomorrow. I'm kind of moving to every 2 days for a stream now. Just focused more on my health and fitness at the moment. But I will be doing a Mafia show tomorrow at 6 o'clock, which is probably 6 hours later than I normally do a show. And we're going to have a special guest on there. So if you're in the Mafia family, the Mafia game, we are expecting deposit and withdrawals for the exchange to come up within the next 2 weeks. Then join us for that. It's going to be a lot of fun. We're going to talk about all those updates, strategy, and stuff like that. Well, at least the stuff we were going to tell you guys. And it should be fun. Now, don't forget to join the Discord. Links in the video description. Join Strategy Club if you want to get into multi-chain opportunities. Subscribe, like, share, hit the bell, and big shout out to everybody in the community. Enjoy this. We're really optimistic about the bull market really ratcheting up here, moving into altcoin season, and hopefully Bitcoin heads to 90 to 100K this Christmas, and Trump wins the election. That's going to help super turbocharge that. Nice times. And of course, a week away, we've got the 369 for TitanX. We've got the court case for Richard Hart. So much activity. We've got the election just after that, and interest rate cuts as well. So lots of things in store for us. It's going to be fun. All right, take care. I'll see you guys in Discord. Enjoy the rest of your day, and bye for now. Yoo-hoo!